to second. Union Bank is a proud sponsor of the San Diego Crew Classic. Union Bank team strives to be the trusted and preferred provider of financial solutions. Stop by one of the banking offices and experience the Union Bank way of banking. Quickly with the lane assignments in lane number 1, Lions Club rolling out of Los Angeles. Lane 2, you'll find Bair Island Aquatic Center, Redwood City. Marin is in lane number 3, Lake Union in 4, and Willamette Rowing Club out of Portland, Oregon is in lane 5.
Come a little more lane 1. That's good lane 1.
Yeah.
Lanes 4 out 8 inches. Powell lane 5.
Yep.
5 is out. Yeah. Lane 5 out 3 inches. I see. Lane 3 out 3 inches, and lane 1.
As in previous races, the aligner is having some difficulty reaching his line, mostly because the crews are having to scull it up into the wind, and then as he aligns them and the wind blows, they get knocked off the line and get brought back again.
Lane 4 out 3 inches.
Lake Union, Willamette.
And we have a start in the Women's Masters B final. And the crew that's showing first is Marin Composite in lane 3. They've jumped out to about half a boat length lead over Lake Union and Lions Rowing Club. So as they go through the breakage mark, everybody's in touch with each other, but it's the crew from Marin, the Marin Composite, who have taken a commanding lead in the first 250 meters. They're being tracked closely by Lake Union. Lake Union in lane number 4, and the crews in lane 1, Lions, and 2, Bair Island Aquatic Center, have contact with Lake Union, but off the pace at this point and dropping back is Willamette in lane 5. As we come down towards the 500 meter mark, there's some separation starting to happen in the race, and it's the crew from Marin who have established an early lead. They have a lead of about 3/4 of a length over Lake Union, who now have clear water just over Lions, who have about half a boat length, more like 4 seats, over Bair Island. And these two have clear water back to Willamette. As we go through the 500, it's Marin Composite with Lake Union moving on them. Clear water then back to Lions, who have half a boat length over Bair Island, who have a boat and a half length over Willamette.
On the water is event number 85 of our 36th annual San Diego Crew Classic, the Women's Master B Final. And quickly with the lane assignments, in lane 1, Lions Rowing Club out of Los Angeles. Bair Island Aquatic Center from Redwood City is in lane number 2. Our current leader, Marin Composite, is in lane 3. Lake Union, challenging for the lead, is in lane 4. And Willamette Rowing Club out of Portland, Oregon, is in lane number 5.
Well, Alan, this again is the Women's Masters B. Women's Masters B, this age category is between 36 and 42. When you add up all the ages of the competitors in the boat, then their ages do average between 36 and 42. That doesn't mean that you can't have a 50-year-old in the boat. Doesn't mean you can't have a 27-year-old. As long as their average age is between 36 and 42, this is the category that they're in. And it is a category race. It is not a stagger start. It is heads up racing all the way down the race course.
Continuing on the lead, that they got an excellent start, as a matter of fact. Marin Composite but outside of them is Lake Union, and Lake Union certainly is not going away, at least at this juncture. Then we have a little bit of open water back to the remaining 3 crews of Lyons, Blair, and Willamette. Probably one of the better starts that we've seen was the Marin composite crew. They got off the line instantaneously, but it's looking like Lake Union is beginning to eclipse them as they're almost bow marker to bow marker. As a matter of fact, at the 1,000-meter mark, we'll give it to Lake Union on the outside as they have overcome the very strong start of Marin composite. Then the remaining crews are kind of in the second echelon of boat racing here. We'll acknowledge Lyons in the 3rd position, and it looks like it is Blair 4 and Willamette trailing.
The Lake Union crew has been around for a long time. A very strong program, shows well every year here at San Diego and at the Masters Nationals. Bair Island's relatively young crew, as is the Lyons young crew. When I say that, I mean as far as the age of the organizations themselves. Bair Island is in Redwood City, part of the Stanford organization out there. They're around the corner from them and row in the same water. That's what I mean by that. And the Lyons Rowing Club is rows out of the same water as Loyola Marymount.
Well, Marin got off to a tremendous start, and I suspect in a veteran crew, as would be in this women's Masters event. Lake Union was not shattered or shaken by it. They just went to work. And at about 500 to 750 meters into this race, Lake Union picked up the 1st position, but Marin certainly is not running away and hiding. Then along the shoreline, this is Lyons Rowing Club in that 3rd position, and then outside to Blair Island, and all the way outside to Willamette Rowing out of Oregon.
Well, it's exciting to see these 2 crews from Lake Union and Marin battling it head for head. It's great racing. I can tell you that the history of a lot of these crews, a lot of these athletes in these crews, they're very competitive, and as they keep shape throughout their life, they still have the same competitive, aggressive nature that they would when they were younger. And it really shows out. When you train a little bit, you get better and better, you still have the competitive nature, you want to race. And Marin could have folded their tents, but they answered the question of who's better, and they're sticking with them right now. There's still a dog race in the last 500.
Lake Union out in lane number 4 is our current leader. They took over at about 750 meters and caught up with the Marin composite crew that got an excellent start. But as you possibly might note, Lake Union is beginning to open up almost a boat length lead. Then we have quite a bit of open water back to the Lyons Rowing Club. They are on the shoreline here. Outside of them is Blair Island, and then following all the way outside is Willamette. If Marin is going to make a response here, they need to do it quickly because Lake Union continues to stroke and pull away. Marin has not really cranked up the stroke that much, as Lake Union has in fact cranked up the stroke, and now Marin begins to respond, but it might be too little too late. It's almost a boat length lead. In fact, open water now, Lake Union on the lead with Marin trailing. Then back to our 2nd level of racing, it is Lyons, Blair Island, and on the outside Willamette. Just as an idle note, Blair Island has closed quite a bit of ground on Lyons Rowing, and they might be going for bragging rights out there. But back to our leader, Lake Union is the current leader. They are in lane 4. They're rowing smoothly and easily, and they are the apparent winner here in race number 85, the Women's Master B Final. They overtook Marin at about 500 to 750 meters. Then turning our attention back to the shoreline, this is Lyons Rowing Club of Los Angeles, and they had a brief challenge by Blair on their outside, but it appears that they may have answered the challenge there with Willamette trailing. Once again, a quick look at our unofficial results and the order of finish here. It is Lake Union of Seattle, Washington, number 1, Marin Composite, number 2, followed by Lyons Rowing Club, Blair Island Aquatic Center, and Willamette Rowing Club of Portland, Oregon.
out 3 inches.
We are working on the alignment for the boats in race number 86.
That looks good.
We are working on the alignment for event 86. This is the men's Master B final, and we have 5 crews competing. Kent Mitchell Rowing Club of Mountain View, California is in lane number 1. Union Boat Club of Boston is in lane 2. Another crew from Lake Union, Seattle, Washington is in lane